Hey guys, it's Kaitlin. Welcome back and welcome to today's video where I'm going to be sitting down with you all and setting up my bullet journal for the month of March. This month I made a bunch of changes to my journal so it'll be a much more functional tool for my life, and I'm really pumped to be sharing this new and improved monthly setup with you today. So without further ado, grab a blanket, a cup of tea, your journal, and let's jump straight into this video. Alrighty, so opening up my journal, I'm going to be setting up the left-hand spread first with my March cover page. Even though I consider myself to be a self-proclaimed bullet journal minimalist as well as white space enthusiast, I still really like making a cover page, so there's a bit of separation between the months of the year. I also just love making cover pages because it acts as a space for me to have a bit of fun in my bujo and get creative by adding inspirational quotes as well as some cute stickers. I like to make my cover pages pretty similar. Usually I like to add a header at the top so I know what month it is, and then I like to add a quote which I usually pick from a book or a movie that I'm really liking. This month I chose a quote from the movie Ponyo. It's a Studio Ghibli film about a fish who wants to turn into a human. I won't go too into the plot because I don't want to reveal it, but I do highly recommend watching it. It's like pure escapism into this amazing underwater world, and not only do I find this story really cute, it's a kids movie, but the visuals themselves are absolutely stunning. This month I was really excited to use these stickers by the Dolce Vita Studio, who is an artist who does these really beautiful illustrations of these women, and I purchased these from my local stationery store, Paper Plus Cloth. I love how the stickers come in these beautiful tins, which just such a nice detail, you know, and the stickers themselves are really excellent quality. They're really thick and they blend perfectly into the white pages of my Stalogy notebook, which as someone who's kind of detail oriented, I really appreciate that. This month I had a really hard time narrowing down which sticker I wanted to use to decorate my cover page, but I decided to go with this girl in a trench coat with what I believe to be a cup of tea because this is the kind of look I usually rock during the chilly weather we get in March here in Canada. After finishing up my cover page, I'm moving on to the right-hand spread and setting up my March calendar. I really like using a Google Calendar for all my daily appointments and kind of planning ahead in terms of dates, so this spread is where I like to record all of my highlights of the month, along with friends and family's birthdays. To set up this spread, I keep it really simple. I just use a pencil to make a small calendar at the top of the page, and then I leave the rest of the page for my highlights. Next, I'm setting up my monthly overview spread. This is where I keep a list of my focuses for the month, along with the projects I'm working on and the tasks I want to complete. On the left page, I'm planning to record my 3 focuses for the month, along with projects I'm currently working on or want to work on during March. I'll be referring to my project section specifically when creating the monthly task list, where I'll be breaking down my projects into smaller tasks and scheduling them. My favorite way to plan and schedule my tasks is using an Alistair method style list. It's a system that uses columns to divide up your task list into different sections, and I absolutely love using it in my monthly and weekly spreads. For my monthly task list, I like to customize my sections into tasks that don't fall under a date, which I write as a dot, each week of the month, as well as future tasks I want to remember for later, which I write as a forward arrow. Beside my cover page and calendar, this is the only other spread I'll be making for strictly monthly planning. In my other Plan With Me's, I used to make way more spreads for the month, but I decided to take out spreads like my habit tracker and mood board and content planner because I wasn't getting much use out of them. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love bullet journaling, but when it comes to my journal, I know that I prefer my setups to be pretty quick. So to keep my journaling session shorter, I like to use a more minimalist journaling style and focus on only making spreads I know I'll use a lot. On the next 4 pages, I'm setting up my rolling weekly spreads for weeks 9 to 12. February was the first month I experimented with setting up all my weekly spreads at the start of the month instead of week to week as they happen, and so far I've been really liking this approach. My rolling weekly is pretty similar to my monthly overview spread. I create a header at the top with the week number, add a section for my weekly focuses, and then the rest of the page is for my weekly task list. This type of list also follows the Alistair method, but this one's a bit different from my monthly task list because instead of using sections that go into each week of the month, I create sections for each day of the week so I can break down my task list day by day. Next up, I'm counting out 27 pages for my March daily logs. Last month, I decided to change my daily log format from a rolling daily to a day per page layout, and it's been working really well for me so far. I love opening my journal in the morning and having a fresh blank page to write down whatever's on my mind, and while I definitely don't fill up an entire page every day, I really like having this space if I need it. After setting aside the pages I need for my daily logs, I'm flipping onto the next blank page and creating my March notes collection. This spread is a place where I can make any notes throughout the month, and I also will set up separate collections for bigger projects here. Since this is at the end of my monthly setup, I have the flexibility to take as many pages as I need, so I don't have to worry about running out of room. Last month, my notes collection had a bunch of personal and work-related collections, ranging from a table of Pokemon types, strengths, and weaknesses, to a game plan / outline of my design portfolio revamp. Alrighty, my friends, we have arrived at the final flip through. Here's a look at all the pages I set up for March in my bullet journal. I hope you enjoyed seeing my new and improved monthly bullet journal setup. These layouts have been really helping me focus on using my journal as a tool to help organize my life and be more mindful about how I'm spending my time and energy. And that's all, folks. Thank you so much for watching my video today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all in the next video.